last speaker for today, because we got to get on these streets and start marching. No, I said we got to get on these streets and start marching. What I realize is that systemic racism is so ingrained, it even comes out in some of the slogans and some of the catchphrases that we write on our signs and on our banners and that we chant. What I realize when we ask, what do we want? Justice, when do we want it now? Do you know we've been saying that for almost 500 years? What I realize right now, I'm an OG out here, so I'm representing some of the older folks, 35 and ... We're not asking for it no more. We're not begging for it no more. We're not knocking on your door, asking you for you to let us in. We taking it. We kicking in doors. We're busting in city council meetings. We're going to the steps of the police department into the mayor's office, and we are taking what we built. We're taking what belongs to us. We're taking what was already ours, because in 2020, Black lives didn't just start mattering. We've always mattered, and we're going to take what's ours, and we're going to take it right now. So whatever city you're in, if you're in Nevada, if you're in San Rafael, if you're in San Francisco, if you're in Oakland, Sacramento, Vallejo, Fairfield, wherever you are, if your city council member does not have the black agenda in their hand, get them the hell out of office. If your mayor doesn't have an agenda for black and brown, get them the hell out of office. If your council person, if your congressperson, if your senator, if your governor doesn't have the black agenda on their desk, get them the hell out of office, because like the 1976 movie Network says, we are mad as hell and we're not going to take this shit no more.
There you go.
So whoever you are, and I want to talk to our white parents that are out here, check your kids. Look at their Instagram and their Facebook and their TikTok. If they're using the word nigga and they're talking about black folks in a negative way, you need to check your kids. Don't be out here just getting a follow up so you can post to make it seem like you an ally. Check your kids.
There you go. There you go.
Because we're about this work.
There you go.
So I want to leave you with this last little piece right here. There's a quick little story that I grew up on. It was in a book that I love to read, and it's a story about a young man named David and about a giant named Goliath. And all the people in David's camp were scared to go against this giant because he was so tall, so big, so strong, had all of these militaristic weapons on his hip, and so nobody would go except this little shepherd boy who was short, he had freckles, he had nappy hair, and he said, I'm going to go up against this giant, and I'm going to kill this giant, and I'm going to put his head on a platter. He didn't have a sword, he didn't have a spear, of course he didn't have a gun, but what he did, he used what was accessible to him, and he picked up 5 smooth stones. He put them in a bag. He took one stone out, he looked at that evil giant, and he swore and he said, I'm about to kill you, I'm about to take you out of here because you're not going to press our people anymore. He threw that smooth stone, hit that giant smack in between his eyes. He cut the head of the giant off. He brought it back to his people and said, look what this little boy me have done. We may not have the weapons, we may not have all the political influence, but we're going to pick up what we have, and that is our voice. Use your voice, because your voice makes a difference. Use your voice, because your voice makes a difference. Repeat after me. Use your voice.